Hello everyone, welcome to Yarn Bowl. Today we'll see how to create this beautiful wall decor using crocodile stitch, or it's also called as mermaid tears. Today I've taken 3.5mm crochet hook for this project, and this yarn is Red Heart Super Saver Retro Stripes yarn. And I've also taken a dovette stick which I've got in a local craft store. So I'm going ahead and creating 4 chains, and then I will do a slip stitch to the first chain. So this is our foundation row 1. This 4 chains with the slip stitch is our foundation row 1. So for the actual row, what we are going to do, this is the actual row 1, we are going to chain 3 and we'll be doing 4 double crochet around those chain 4. And we'll do a chain 1 in between. So this chain 3 acts as our first double crochet. So altogether 5 double crochet on one side and chain 1 in between, and 5 more double crochet on the other side. So this will create a scale like form. So when you put it all together, it will be like a crocodile scale. So that's why it's called as crocodile stitch, or also like a mermaid scale, right? So mermaid tears. So for the foundation row 2, we go ahead, create a chain 3 and then double crochet to the first chain of this chain 3, meaning that we are creating 2 double crochet. So this will be our space for our next scale, and chain 1 and then double crochet in the middle of the foundation row, and then chain 1 in between, and then we will create 2 double crochet on the top of the chain 3, first chain 3 that we have started. That is our first double crochet. We are going ahead and creating 2 double crochet on the first double crochet of the scale, previous row scale. So now we have 2 spaces for creating 2 more scales in this row. So this is actual row 2. We create chain 3, 4 double crochets on this side of this and this side of the stem. We are using the stem of the double crochet to create this entire 5 double crochet, that is chain 3 and 4 double crochet and chain 1 in between, and we will create 5 more double crochet on the other side of the stem. We have another one double crochet, right? So in that we are not working on the top of the stitch, but we will work on the stem of the double crochet. We work 5 double crochet in the stem of the foundation row 2's double crochet. So this forms a scale like structure. So in between we will create a chain. So now we have created one more scale for row 2 and chain in between, and then turn around. We'll have a double crochet of the foundation row, right? In that we create one more double crochet, chain 1, and then we have another space for our creating our next scale. So we'll go ahead, create 5 double crochet on the first stem of the foundation rows double crochet. and then chain 1 in between and create 5 more double crochet on the stem of the other double crochet. Now we created 2 scales. So next row, proceeding forward will be an increment of 1 scale. So for the next foundation we create chain 3 and then double crochet on the first chain, chain 1, and then we create a double crochet on the middle of the previous row scale, just similar to the previously done row, and then we create 2 double crochet on the previous rows double crochet space. So this will be for our next scale. So in this row we will have 3 scales, and then chain 1 in between, double crochet in the middle of the previous row scale, chain 1, and then 2 double crochet at the top of the first double crochet, that is our chain 3 space. So this row we will have 3 scales. So each row proceeding forward we will have 1 scale increment. That is, for the first row we had 1 scale, the second row we had 2 scales, third row 3 scales, so on. So now we finished with this. Now we are proceeding with working our scales, that is the crocodile scales. So 5 double crochet, chain 3, 4 double crochet on the stem, first stem, chain 1 in between, and then 5 more double crochet on the next stem. Okay, chain 1 in between, and then double crochet in the previous foundation rows double crochet space, chain 1, and then work 1 scale, that is 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet in the 2 double crochet space of the foundation row. I hope you have got an idea by now. Anyways, I have attached the pattern, that is the drawing pattern, at the end of this video. So if you follow the directions what I have told you on how to read patterns, you will get an idea on how to read that diagrammatic pattern. So for now it's the same process that we are doing over and over again, just that we increment with 1 scale in each row. Now I am working on the last scale of this row. So this row has 3 scales. So I am working 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet. So now we got 3 rows. So next foundation row we work the same way, chain 3 and then 1 double crochet on the first chain, chain 1 space in between, and then we work 1 double crochet in the middle of the scale, chain 1, and then work 2 double crochet in the double crochet of the previous row. So these 2 double crochet space will be the basis for the next scale. So we will work our next scale in this space, chain 1 double crochet in the middle of the previous row scale, chain 1, and then we work 2 double crochet on the previous rows double crochet, chain 1, and then 1 double crochet in the middle of the previous row scale, chain 1, and then 2 double crochet at the end of the previous row scale, that is the top of the chain 3 space. So I am going to continue working like this for 2 more rows. So to fit my dovette stick I needed to work 5 rows. So until I had 5 scales. So I'm going to do this. So please watch video and then continue doing it. So I'm going to continue working until I have 5 crocodile scales or mermaid scales. So I'm going to work until 5th row. So please watch along, and whenever you need it you can pause and replay, and you can practice doing it. So we'll see at the end of the 5th row. So now I've completed my 4th row. I'm just measuring my dovert stick to see if I needed to add any more rows. So I felt it's good to add one more row, so I'm proceeding with my 5th row. So now I'm almost going to complete my 5th row. So I'm working on the last scale. So just unfold all the scales. I'm measuring one more time with my dovette stick. So I'm just going ahead and working on slip stitch around the dovette stick and the top row of my mermaid tears or crocodile scale pattern. You can also just stitch it around using a tapestry needle if you have one, but I found this is easy and robust as well, so it will not unravel. So I've done working throughout this row. It's tight and snug, so I will not cut my yarn. Instead I'm going to work the chain. So I think I've worked around 37 chains. So this will act as hanging for our pattern. So at the end I'm just doing a slip stitch and secure the knot. Just cut off any excess yarns that you may have. So we are done with our pattern, but I am planning to add some more strands of yarn towards the edges of the scales. So I'm gonna add few strands of yarn towards each scale that's on the edges. This will look very beautiful, and once I've added the strands, I will just level up and cut off in a way that it's uniform, so that there is no yarns that are irregular. So I will level the yarns later once I attach the strands. So I will go ahead and attach strands to the scales that are on the edge of this pattern. So I'll go ahead and add. So if you prefer to take 4 strands, do so for all the scales. So now I've added the strands of yarn to all the scales on the edges. So now I'll go ahead and level it up with the scissor. Look how beautiful this looks. Please try this at home and let me know your comments. Please subscribe to Yarn Bowl for more interesting videos, and do not forget to click the bell icon as well. Thank you.